What's up, everyone? We are back. Another episode of the Gary Watkins podcast. And before we really get into it, got an announcement to make. Um, this will not an ending, but gonna be a brief hold on discontinuation of the podcast. So first, I want to thank everyone that's been so supportive, everyone that's ever viewed, ever commented, like, subscribe, and just continuing to even support me even outside of this podcasting space, man. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the love. You guys are a big part of the reason why I keep going. So this is the season finale, and I think I can't end it with not too much of a better guess. So I want to say this. I got, bloodline sitting on the same couch as me. We both come from the same neck of the woods. You see what I'm saying? Right now, she has just, since graduating, she just been striving and growing and just been on her journey. She's accomplished a lot, and she's currently into real estate, and she is thriving in that lane as well. So I got my amazing cousin, Cambria Riggins, with me. What's going on?
Hey y'all. Hey Gary. I feel special. Had to end
Yeah,
it with the season finale.
yeah. What's been going on? How you been?
I've been good, Gary. What about you?
I'm great.
What a great introduction. Again, I'm Gary cousin Kiambria Riggins, and I'm a realtor here in Georgia. So
Yeah,
very, very excited to be on this couch today and in it pausing with Gary.
yeah. And I really appreciate you. I know we attempted this about a year ago or however long it was ago, and it didn't quite go as we wanted it to. But I'm just glad we able to make time for it and give it another try.
Right.
So
The first time was time, so I'm happy to be back.
yeah, that's hard. So before I get into any and every episode, I always like to start out with a wellness check. I like to use a scale of 1 through 10, removing the number 7, and and I would like to for you to let me know and the people that's listening, where are you mentally?
Mentally, honestly, I would say about a 9. You, of course, you have your good days, you have your bad days, but now more so in a space of just continue to push through when you have those bad days,
Yeah,
because you have so much to be grateful for. So why let those bad days just ruin all your good days you have had?
for sure.
What about you? How you doing mentally?
Oh, same. I'm not quite a 9, but for real though,
No sevens, remember?
no sevens. Uh, can I say 7.5?
We might as well make that an 8, right?
Yeah, about it.
That's an 8. We're gonna round it up to 8.
We're gonna round it up to 8, but no, all has been well. I'm back in peak season as far as business, so that's what's taking up a lot of my mental capacity and making sure I'm being focused and intentional with all my clients. And all is well, like family good. I feel great, and I'm learning. Just we're adults now. You feel me?
It's different, Gary. Hey,
Yeah,
look, we got that's again. We're adults now. Not
yeah,
the same little kids run around Twiggs County.
yeah.
Just responsibilities are different, so I completely understand you on that one.
For sure. So I'll say all is well for real though. Just it's not perfect, not that I expect it to be, but you just gotta know how to maintain the weather. So
I like that one. I'm about to use that one.
yeah. So speaking of Twigs, we're both Twigs natives, located in the Middle Georgia area, and we've expanded and branched out. But Key, I would like to just kind of start from the foundational part. Can you talk about how it was growing up? Like what kind of young girl, young lady you were?
So I would say back to those days. I appreciate the country. I appreciate growing up in the country, especially now being in Atlanta, staying in the city, and raising my child in the city. I appreciate those country days because, as you know, those are the slower days.
Yeah,
Those are the moments we don't know, or the moments you may not appreciate as a child, but looking back as an adult, those days were the days that made me the person who I am today.
yeah,
So just growing up, I was a sports girl, played basketball. I tried out track. You remember me doing track? You know?
yeah, yeah,
I think I
yeah.
conditioned. I didn't even start when the season started. But my coach at the time, he had me conditioning. So I played a little sports growing up. You know me, Gary, the same engaged girl I was in high school I am now as an adult. I was in a whole bunch of activities.
Yeah,
Yeah, just sports wise. Growing up, I feel like that was the the momentum of my childhood.
Yeah.
Those happy moments.
So even growing up, was there a vision at the time of what you wanted to be in the future?
No, no. And I will say real estate wasn't that vision at the time. But what I will say, what I remember, and I think back my senior year, you remember Miss Curtis?
Yes.
Yeah, so at the time she was our guidance counselor. So of course, all the seniors they get asked the question, what you want to do after you graduate. At the time I told her accounting. And she was like, Kimber, are you sure? Like accountants just don't seem like you. I know you can understand the numbers, but they just don't seem like you. And I say that to say I remember those words because she was right. She knew me then in that moment because I found my passion and my truth. I love accounting still, but real estate, that's like the battery in my back. That keeps me fueled.
Yeah.
So I would say at that time, I was not thinking about real estate. It was an interest of mine. You remember when you fill out the little questionnaires, like what's your interest, how to do a little career match? It was either math or real estate. I do remember that aspect of thinking about real estate, but if I would have known what I know today, I would have got my real estate license when I was first out of high school.
Yeah.
Probably would have skipped past the college phase, but
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason.
For sure. For sure. And to anyone that's unsure of what accounting is, can you kind of give a brief summary of what is accounting?
Yeah, so accounting is basically the books of finances. You need your finances, your financial aspect to run your business. That's like when you accounting for different measures in your business, that's your revenues minus your expenses, just making sure that everything checks out and you're actually making profits within your business.
So entrepreneurship, was that ever a thought? Or and I ask you this for a reason because I'm getting ready to take it somewhere.
No.
No.
But I can think that I always had entrepreneur spirit. I would say my 11th grade, my 10th grade year, Gary, I was selling with the cases, Autobox cases.
Oh,
I was selling
really?
cases in
Oh.
high school. I moved schools. I started selling snacks. So as I think back, I always had it in my spirit. So once I just became an adult, just took it up a notch and got my real estate license.
Right. And the reason I ask that is because one, I say the same thing. I never seen myself becoming an entrepreneur, especially when you kind of grow up in our environment. Like we kind of only exposed to like 2 to 3 things, in my opinion.
I agree though. I
Yeah,
can.
like our exposure is like very, very surface level, and I just want to just give a shout out to like the school system nowadays because when we were growing up, it's either like, bro, you going to college or you going to the military. You feel me? Like
sure.
it's like one or the other. So now we're at this point where we're talking about the 4 E's. All right, 4 E's is enlisted, enrolled, employed, or entrepreneurship.
Right.
And I really love that because it's a lot of people, they don't have the I don't want to say they don't got the knowledge, but some people just they don't function and operate well in a school setting. So therefore we gotta start exposing them to more. You feel me? And I just love the 4 E's, because entrepreneurship, like it's a lot of to me, I just feel like an entrepreneur is just a hustler that's doing it the legal way. That's my take on it.
Yes, you're fueling that business.
Yeah.
And then just to piggyback on what you said as well, like it just came back full circle. Like the kids now in this generation, they have it a lot easier than what we have. We didn't have social media. So when it comes to like TikTok, learning little things to fuel you, different other career pathways, like Gary said, we only had college or the military. So the kids that came behind us, y'all are really blessed
Wow.
to have exposure, have those options. If you can't get it inside your family, you have it on social media.
Yeah, no, that's real though. So kind of speed it up a little bit. After post graduation, you attended Clayton State, correct?
Right.
And you went in for major of study,
Accounting.
accounting. All right. So when did you know you wanted to make that transition and change your major?
So like Gary said, I started college in 2017. I purchased my real estate course in 2020 during COVID.
Oh,
Wasn't in person for classes. All my classes were online. And I can't tell you what actually made me purchase my real estate course, but I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. I didn't finish that year, but in 21, that's when I started my internship, my real estate internship. And I knew going into that internship that I wanted to get my license. So kind of simultaneously got it done at the same time, get my degree actually. I got my real estate license in January of 2022, and then I graduated from college with my bachelor's degree in accounting in May of 2022. So it all worked out in 22.
Yeah, that's hard. So talk about that experience when you decided to pursue your certificate or degree with real estate.
So as I mentioned at the time, I was an intern, so it definitely made it a lot easier being in that space, working around real estate agents, being an assistant to a real estate broker. So that definitely was the fuel that had me continue to go after my courses and study so I could get my license. But y'all, it wasn't easy. Mind you, I'm taking college classes. I got to study for real estate. So I'm balancing two different subjects at the same time. But I'm like, you want your real estate license, so you got to keep going.
Yeah. So majority of everything was virtual, I can imagine, when you was.
We didn't go back in person. That full year, 2022, my fall semester was online, and then 21 is when we went back in person for classes.
Okay, got you. So can you talk to any young person out there that's considering becoming a realtor? What is that, when you was on the intern level, what were things that you recognize that you can share with them so they can be like looking out for it?
Okay, so that's things as far as learning the real estate contract. And it's not just a price tag, how much a commission check is as an agent. This this is sometimes buyers' highest purchase, the biggest purchase investment they're ever gonna make throughout their entire life. So just making sure that you understand the contract and the legal terms that's within that contract is gonna protect that buyer to actually purchase their home. So I got to learn the contracts hand in hand when I was in my internships. Because I'm collecting the documents, helping my broker at the time prepare stuff for her clients, her buyers, and her sellers.
So did you have an advisor or anyone you were shadowing when you were going through it?
Yeah, at the time it was the real estate broker that I was working up under. So yes, but to this day, outside of her, I haven't had too many more mentors. I'm in a space now where I actually want a mentor.
Got you.
Because in real estate and really any field itself, you cannot learn everything by yourself.
Right.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel by yourself, as a lot of people say. It's best to learn from someone who's doing what you're doing in the aspect. So.
Yeah. If you could go back, right? If you could go back and would you have started this journey getting into real estate earlier?
Of course, yes. But I wouldn't take away the college piece. Because I definitely feel like in college I learned a lot about myself. Getting out, networking with others, and you didn't have mom, you didn't have dad telling you what to do on a day-to-day basis. You made your own decisions. So being in that space of making my own decisions every day, it definitely turned me into that mature person that I wanted to become as far as making very strategic decisions.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I cherish those years in college.
Right.
So I probably maybe would have got my real estate license right after college, high school, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't have went to college. So maybe would have. I would say I would have got my real estate license in 2017 versus in 2022.
Yeah.
So I would have did the real estate thing and the college thing at the same time.
So you didn't get a chance to experience the housing market before the pandemic? Did you get to?
Nope, not as an agent myself.
Oh.
So no.
Gotcha. But have you heard any stories about it, like from your peers?
Of course. And then as far as the prices of the homes, how easy it was when it comes to bidding wars and actually winning the contract on a home.
Yeah.
But as you know, in real estate, the market can change at any given day.
Really?
So it's just staying abreast when the market does change. That's what it is. So let's be honest. Sometimes it's not always the right time for a buyer to hop in the market. Now it is a good time in Atlanta for buyers to purchase. It's just it may not be a good time for sellers to sell. So it really just depends on the market.
Ooh, that's interesting because it appears when I'm looking for a residence, a place to stay, everything it's like either you're gonna have to pay 200, 300, 400, or you got to go stay in the project. You feel me? So how, for someone that's probably in a position that I'm in, where's that medium? Because you don't want to stay in something that is I don't really want to be here, but you don't want to stretch yourself thin either with financially. So is there a medium where a buyer, someone like me, where can I find that medium, you think?
That median, if I'm gonna be honest, is gonna come to what's in your pockets. What you have
Oh,
coming in household wise, the income that you do have in comparison to the debt that you're bringing in. So when you at that sweet median where okay, I can afford to pay $1,300 a month for a mortgage or $1,400 for a mortgage because I'm doing it already and renting, then of course that's the time for you to move forward if you can as well afford the upkeep of a home. So that's what I would say as far as.
yeah. So as a realtor, what are like the top like three, four things you all look at when you want to take a buyer serious, or you're trying to see is this buyer are they serious or not? You feel me?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
would definitely say getting them in person, meeting with you one on one, getting them on the phone. I don't. Once they express interest, especially over social media, I gotta vet you out. I gotta know if you're serious or if you're gonna be wasting my time because, of course, in real estate, we don't get paid until the deal is closed. So once we have that initial conversation, you move forward. I always recommend people to my mortgage lender, my mortgage partners. If you don't already have one yourself, you got some people that go ahead and submit the application. Some people that don't. People that don't submit the application, of course, I know you're not serious. The people that are serious, they go ahead and submit the mortgage application and express interest and continue to be and build that follow up as I continue to communicate with them.
right? Right. Do you remember your first experience when you sold a home?
I do.
Were you nervous, jittery? Like,
I was jittery. I was so excited because I got my first sale in March of 2022. And of course, got my license in
if
January 2022. A lot
oh,
of people are like, you ain't gonna get your first sale to 6 months from now. Because
wow,
being honest, it's that hard. You just
really?
don't start posting on social media and clients come to you. Clients have to trust you
Yeah.
and know that you'll be able to get the job done. But my first sale was actually my sister-in-law. So of course, word of mouth was a lot easier. Me and her already had that connection, and she trusted me.
Yeah.
So,
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So for someone that's a new buyer, can you kind of like give like a brief, overview of what the process is like? All right. So let's say you're sitting at your office, your place, someone reach out to you and they say, "Hey, I'm interested in this home." And mind you, this person don't know nothing. Like, how do you walk them through that process and helping them buying the home? They're serious, but they don't know nothing. Like they don't know about no loan, no mortgage. Like they don't know nothing.
okay. So yeah, that's typically first time home buyers. And me personally, of course, their first phone call, I like to go over what their financial profile is looking at. I do like the first initial review, and then I pass them off to my mortgage lender. But when we're discussing your finances, we're thinking about your savings. How much money do you have saved towards this purchase? How much do you pay out every month? Is it do you have any past evictions or anything that will stop you from purchasing? How's your credit score? That way, we can kind of gauge where you are, and when I pass you off to my lender, I can kind of give them some tidbits, and they can see what kind of programs will be best for you. For example, a lot of first-time home buyers, they're eligible for down payment assistance, but they may not have that credit score. So you don't have that credit score, we're still going to work with you. We still need you to submit the application because we have to actually pull your credit, see what's looking like on your side. But if you don't have a score to purchase in, we're going to provide you with that plan and a follow-up action to get your score where they need to be. Let's say you got the credit score. You got the credit score, kind of got some money saved up, or if you don't have no money saved up, but we're actually able to get you pre-approved, I know that when it's time for us to submit an offer and you asking for closing costs, we already know how much you need to be asking the seller for to get the deal done and make it manageable for you when it comes to your finances. Let's say you do get the pre-approval. It's time to go house shopping. Based on the location, the price of your pre-approval, would it be a comfortable monthly payment for you? We'll be working our way backwards. So not more so, you can get approved for a $350,000 house, but you may not need that much home. That monthly payment at $350,000 may not be comfortable for you. So we're gonna see what that monthly payment is, and then work our way backwards and see what that purchase price is. So we got the approval. It's time to go house shopping. We're looking at location. We're looking at day to day what you're doing, what's a necessity, what's not, and just weeding out some options. Because my goal is to get you to the closing table. I don't
Yes.
want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. Sometimes you gotta take buyers to 10 different showings before they're actually ready to move forward with an offer, which is okay with me. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure you find something. You want to find something. So just meeting that buyer in that median and make sure I can assess their needs.
Yes.
And we find something that we like, we go under contract. You will go under contract, you get an inspection done. We got to see what's going on behind the walls. Is the house worth what you're going to be paying? That's where the appraisal comes in at. The lender ordered the appraisal. We check out the value of the house. Once the appraisal comes back good, we go through our inspection period, what they may look like or know as your due diligence period. We're going to be talking to the seller about different repairs in the house or different concerns of yours. That's our time to address those during your due diligence period, because that's your protection piece.
Yes.
So inspection, appraisal, all those two checked out. Termite inspection as well. You don't want to move into a house that have rodents.
Yeah.
That has happened, so you just don't want to bypass that as well.
Yeah.
So once we have those big things out the way, we're waiting on that clear to close from the lender. Like, okay, we're actually able to finance this loan for you and give you the money to purchase this home. Once we had that clear to close, we're at the closing table. That's a quick overview.
Yeah. Nah.
Of course, way more in depth, but
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to clip this. That's going to be a reel for all the new home buyers out there. Y'all be sure you taking notes. This is free game. Free game. So, boom. Next question is, can you describe what is the main difference between like a really good realtor and someone that's like trying to get over on you or whatnot? Is there something that you can explain there?
of course, you can have red flags in realtors. I see it every day. And to be honest, a major red flag to me is realtors that's just there for the check. They checked out of the transactions. They're not staying on top of deadlines, making sure that you're aware of the contract deadlines, because the contract, that's our piece. That's what's gonna get us from contract to close. Everything is ran by that contract. Whatever both parties agreed upon, having a good agent, they're gonna be staying on top of that deadline. They're gonna make sure before, let's say you got a 7 days due diligence. First day that my clients go on the contract, we're making sure we're on the phone calling that inspector, because we got 7 days to negotiate either repairs that we need to have done before my buyer move into this house, or any type of price adjustments or reductions that the seller needs to give us to take care of those items. So just having an agent that truly cares about the deal and just not in it for the check.
Yeah.
I treat all my clients like I'm moving into this house myself. So.
That's hard. That's hard. Y'all know where y'all need to go to.
So you got to remind your agent, and community, you go days without talking to your agent, especially once you're under contract, or if you're not aware of what's next, then I would say, that's a red flag in a realtor.
That's real. I love that. I love that. So after the closing, the contract is closed, the family, they're getting ready to move into the home. Is there any communication there between you and
Of course,
the home buyers?
follow up. I got to still make sure you're satisfied, even after you have moved in.
Yeah.
Because,
Got you. How long is there like a time, like the first 90 days or something, or just?
Yeah. So I have different checkpoints. I have a 30-day checkpoint. I have a 60. I have a 90. I have your 1 year. I'm putting that in my calendar, making sure I follow up with you. It is just stay on top of the line, because some buyers, they will speak up. Like, hey girl, I got this going on in the house. I need your help.
Yeah.
Some buyers, you won't know until you call them. So, but just making sure I'm still accessible and the client knows, like, hey, she cared even after she just got paid.
That's real. That's real. Gotcha. Oh, we are back. I appreciate everyone checking out that short video. And I also want to give a shout out to my partners, my dogs, my bros. I want you all to also subscribe to the Work Wednesday podcast. It's a podcast about motivating youth, cultivating relationships, entrepreneurship. We focus on health, wellness, and just healing and overall growth. So be sure to go tap in. Work Wednesday. All right, Keith.
We back. And real quick before we start, I want to just give a quick shout out to Gary, give you your flowers as well, Gary, because I see you working. I see you standing, got your hands in a lot of pots. I just want to let you know, we see you, hats off to you, and just keep going.
I appreciate that. I really get those. So.
Because you don't remember the old days, Gary. You remember we used to have to call on you for a ride. So.
Nah, man. So, boom. Again, I appreciate those flowers. And just a general statement to anybody out there, if you got a man in your life, gentleman in your life, or your brother, whoever, uncle, just, give them some words of appreciation. You just don't know how much that means to a man especially one that's really out here that's, giving it their all. You know what I'm saying? They doing their best to provide, and there are definitely cases where it goes unacknowledged. So let's be sure that we, acknowledge those brothers. Not even just brothers, just men. You don't even gotta be black. Just show love, show more love. You feel me? So here we go. We get right back into it, talking about some more real estate stuff. You feel me? So got some questions that I really want to touch on. All right. What's the hardest part of your job that most people do not see?
The hardest part, I will say, is for sure contract close. And that's actually getting the client from that initial inquiry, interested in using you to purchase a home, or interested in help for your assistance in selling a home. That initial phone call to that closing table, that's the hardest part. Because every client is different. So which you may need, the second buyer may not need. So every client requires a different level of attention to detail and just different tools.
So are there ever any cases, let's say you got one home and you got 2, 3, 4 buyers, they all are interested. Do you ever have those cases?
As which you referring to, like a listing agent or buyer's agent? Because it's 2 different roles.
Right.
So if I had 3 buyers and they was all interested in the same home, okay, so that's typical but kind of unusual at the same time as well. I would say, yeah, because for the most part, but let's see what it looked like if I did. I would say just making sure, I never really thought about it. Would I have to submit an offer for every buyer? I mean, if my buyer want to submit an offer, I'm going to have to submit an offer.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be crazy knowing that I'm submitting an offer for 2 other buyers at the same time. But I would definitely ensure that the home that my buyer will submit an offer on, it marks off every box that you have told me that you're looking for when it comes to purchase that house. So I'm not going to be the agent. It's just going to submit an offer. If you want to submit an offer, I'm going to make sure you fully understand what comes with submitting that offer. Just making sure that you're going to be satisfied after the purchase. That would be crazy, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess I just kind of already asked the question, how do you balance multiple clients and deals at once? That would be pretty much the case right there. So can you describe the other side of it? Because what were the 2 cases you gave me?
So that could be more ideal as a listing agent. Let's say as a listing agent, you're actually going to be representing the seller.
Okay.
So let's say I have 3 buyers that have expressed interest.
Okay.
That's a little different versus well, I guess we can say things simultaneously, but my initial responsibility is for the seller.
Yes.
So let's say I have an open house. I have 3 buyers that come in that day and express interest in the house. They want to move forward with an offer. Of course, we're working with an agent. We're not working with an agent. So again, just making sure that the buyers, this is something you truly want. And then at that point, be honest, I have to present the offer to the seller.
Okay.
So at that time, it's going to be what the seller wants to sell.
So I'm not sure if this is a proper question to answer, because it's probably something realtors don't want, people that's not working in the space to know, but you do get a percentage. So if you're representing a seller, do you get a percentage of what the buyer is paying? Or
No. So for the most part, it's crazy that you asked that too, because real estate has changed. There actually has been a lawsuit that came out recently against NAR, where the decision was made that sellers was not fully responsible for your commission, your compensation. In the past, it was a thing where agents on the buyer side, who represent the buyer as a buyer agent, the seller is expected to cover your compensation. But now with that lawsuit, it has been flipped. The seller is no longer responsible for taking care of your compensation. If they want to offer a compensation, they can. If not, you have to get it from your buyer.
wow. How recent this news is, if you can kind of pinpoint it?
Yeah, within the last year.
Okay.
So now that's why if you reach out to the agent, even if it's not me, that's why you have different agents. Now we are required to get documentation from you up front before we can even go show you a property. Because we have to know, just protect our compensation, how are we going to get paid now that lawsuit is out.
Okay, so now I got a question. So we're about to kind of go back and come back forward. You feel me? So growing up, did you ever have a dream home or a place you wanted to stay? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest, well, I guess I never thought about that. See, that gonna show how country I am. Because like when I was growing up, like I wasn't like somebody like I want to stay in LA when I grow up.
Yeah.
Did you ever have that case?
I'll be honest, me either. No. I was a happy country girl. I was happy for my yard space, happy to go outside, play with my friends. No. Honestly, yeah. Changing my environment, coming to Atlanta, that made me think bigger.
Yeah.
But
That's what it is. Like exposure is so important.
for sure.
Yeah. So how about now? Do you have a dream scenario now, or somewhere you would want to live?
So I would say me and my fiance are in Mexico. We purchase a property within, I would say the next 10 years, we want a lakefront property. So we want a house on the lake.
Okay.
So
Plan on getting a boat or something, being out in, there.
I may have to buy a boat. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I love it. So, boom.
What about you? Now that I say you have been exposed to different things.
It's crazy because other than like where I stay at now, I really wouldn't want to stay anywhere else unless it's similar to where I am now.
That's what I was going to ask you too. But you've been from the country. How important is land to you?
Oh, it's so important. Like, I'm a keeper to G. Like, I just can't envision myself having neighbors that stay like right there on you. That's just me personally. And I'm sure you can relate to that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That growing up in the country, that land spoiled us.
Yes. So, but it's just the freedom you got. You know what I'm saying? You can be outside, you can be as loud as you want. Play the music out loud. You won't have to, worry about. It's just so many benefits. 4-wheelers, dirt, just all that kind of, country stuff. But really though, because like I'm in a space in my life where my business is like that's my child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
All right, so
it hit different now. So.
Exactly. So it's like I got to do something that's going to be profitable to the business. Mm-hmm. Like if I were to move to a city like Atlanta, New York, Chicago, any of those places, that would really do big for my business. Like it would really like take it to another level. Mm-hmm. Just the access and all the resources here. But I just don't want to give up my country with it.
Yeah.
So
you need something on the explorer side. Let's say if you was to come to the city, you want to move to Atlanta, you need something on the outskirts.
Yeah.
I like that'll give you what you used to.
For sure. Like I would stay what's down there? You know what the Tanger Outlet is, right?
So, it's Henry County.
But what city is that? It's Locust Grove. But it's like you get off at the Tanger Outlet exit, go up under the bridge and you ride out that way.
It's Hampton.
All right, Hampton. That's what. Yeah, I would say like Hampton seems pretty country. Traffic, like no matter where you go.
You gotta get used to that traffic.
Yeah.
But once you find I would say the house you love, the area you love, you kind of adjust to the traffic.
Yeah.
Depending on what you do day to day, I would say that too.
Right. So what changed did you when you made that transition from country to city living? What were like some things? Well, you were kind of living in the city when you was even a kid though in high school. So.
I was for 2 years, and came back to the country because I just wanted to graduate from 2 years. That was crazy. You would think this girl that came to the city and she still want to go back and graduate with her class.
Yeah.
But it's just go to show how much you love the country, the lifestyle down there.
For sure. But what was there like a culture shock or anything that you had?
For sure. Dance was a lot faster. People were driving their own cars. It was just a lot faster than what I'm used to. And it's just entertainment, what they're doing as kids. Versus us, we can go outside, pretty much have fun with anything.
Yeah.
These kids going out every weekend. You went to the mall, you went to skating rink, and like you went to concerts. It's kind of slower in the country.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot. This is when I transferred, but I remember that discussion.
You have a little experience of the city, yeah? I was remember you.
Making country. It's country.
Compared to Twigs, though. Twigs is real slow. Maybe it's a little speed up. But
all right, yes, it is it's sped up a little, but I'd say it's more rigid than Twigs. That's a whole other discussion. But I forgot where I was, but I just remember like a field trip when I was at Northeast, whatever. we just so happen to be up here in Atlanta. And I remember one of the kids saying, like, going to Six Flags is like a regular thing for them. Where coming from where we come from, it's like we going to Six Flags. Like, so it's just I can imagine that learning curve is like, dang, like what's regular to y'all is like almost magnificent to us.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, you grow up a lot faster.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important for me, for my son right now. He's growing up in the city, so we got to make sure you get a taste of that country lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely glad I got the balance, because you need that slow country life. I still like going to a town now.
Yeah.
It's a slower weekend.
Yeah.
Then you time with your family.
Oh yeah.
Versus in the city, go.
Yeah. Do you have any travel destinations you want to go to? Like any place you want to visit, experience?
I still, it's crazy today. I know you have you been to Jamaica? Jamaica.
I haven't, not yet.
Okay, so that makes two of us. Definitely Jamaica's next up on my list, but I still haven't been. So
yeah, I see a lot of people always hear good things about Jamaica. Yeah.
I think that'll make me happy to go to Jamaica. I hope I can go for my birthday in December.
Hey.
So we'll see. What about you?
I would love to go back to Houston. It's this place that we like ate out there. I love TikTok. It is, ooh, you know what I'm saying? You hear about all the food spots, but yeah, I would love to go back to Houston. Chicago was pretty cool.
I'm going to Chicago too.
Yeah,
I
Chicago.
want to go when it's cold. When it gets cold, they say the winter is different though.
Yeah, let's have that one. My lady and I, we went while it's warm. Chicago, it's essentially Atlanta times 10. No cap. Like the city is much, much bigger. It's like just imagine Atlanta like, like the downtown area when you're riding through the city and stuff. It's like that, but like worse. Like it's so busy. It's something always going on. When I say the sidewalks are packed, like you're gonna be brushing and bumping up. It's not. But granted, it's during the summertime. I will say this about Chicago though: they got the city and the beach.
Yeah, so you got to award it 2-in-1 combo.
Yeah, so they got the best of both worlds. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all Chicagoans, y'all can have that winter, that fall. Y'all can keep that.
I got to experience early winter.
Yeah. So, but no, that's dope though. Check out your question there, real quick.
We're gonna flip the script. I got a quick question for you, Garrett. I thought about. So, with you being in photography, have you ever had an interest of doing like real estate photography?
Ooh, yeah, I'm open to a lot of things.
So you kind of in that space now.
Yeah.
You don't have a certain niche.
I do. So I think being a photographer, videographer, and when you first start, you're just open to any and everything because you really just want to build your portfolio and get a feel for what you like. I've been doing this behind the camera thing long enough to know what I do and don't like. And real estate is something I really do enjoy. At one point, I used to find myself looking at a lot of YouTube videos about, how they just capturing these homes, and I'm like, this is so satisfying. It's satisfying, and it's calming when you do it. Because normally when you're doing like photography, your mind's kind of like running rapid. Like I need to get this shot, get this photo.
Yeah.
So, but I think real estate is much more relaxed, and you can be very thoughtful and intentional about each and every shot. So yeah, I love it. I enjoy it.
In regards to, I would say, different shoots type, do you think with real estate, I'm just going to say shooting or listing a house, is it more so like an in and out thing versus like your typical shoot, like an event recap? A lot more smooth, less chaotic.
Definitely less chaotic. That's probably like the best part about it. Me, I like to take my time when I'm working. I can work fast, but I prefer not to. That's where a liability for mistakes can come in, and I'm kind of hard on myself. Yeah. So yeah, but it's
good to be hard, but not too hard.
Right. Yeah, I used to kind of beat myself up bad. So yeah.
But it's good that you have identified it. Those things that help you work better. So now can help you move forward. then I guess I would say too, you could do a career switch if you could into the real estate world. What would that look like to you? And I would say it's different things you could do in real estate, not just sales. You could be a real estate attorney. You could do appraisals.
Yeah. So I would. That's something
An investor.
Yeah. That's just something I would have to learn more about because I got a surface level perception about real estate photography. So I would have to learn more about it, get into it, and see how that flow is. Is that something that's sustainable for my thought process and just working? Yeah, I'm definitely interested now. I'm definitely interested. I got a drone, got everything.
Yeah. So it sounds like it'd be on the photography side.
Yeah.
Okay. We're definitely looking into investing too, because real estate investment is good. Look at me, y'all.
Yeah.
That's just my regular pitch, but
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
real estate is a great investment. So.
Yeah, that's a bit. Anything that you're open to discussing, whether it's in real estate, outside of real estate, you probably don't want to talk about politics. Stay away from that. Stay far, stay way over there.
Keep my opinion to myself today.
Yeah.
But I'm not straight to giving my opinion. But I guess we can end on more so where you see yourself. Very surface level question, but at the same time, where you see yourself within the next 3 to 5. I'm not even gonna say 10.
Ooh, 3 to
5 years.
Can we be real?
Be real.
Can we be here?
It could change.
Yeah.
This is not
It
set
can
in stone.
Facts. So, and to your point, I want to build on that. Y'all, just because someone has set out and made a statement, like a strong statement, that don't mean it can't change. We can't hold things to people and attach it to them. But you said this, look, once you get exposed to different things, you gain new knowledge. You gotta respect it. You gotta be able to adapt. You gotta be able to grow. Just imagine, I'm 28 years old, right? The way I think and process things when I was 18 is I'm two complete different people.
Yeah, 2 different Garys. Yeah, it's for sure.
So it's just we got to give people that grace. You know what I'm saying? And I just encourage anybody out there, be an advocate to your growth. You know what I'm saying? Go into it. Everything don't have to be law or the first thing you ever learn, introduced to. That don't have to be law. You know what I'm saying? Be more acceptable to adapting. Right?
And pivoting, because life changes at any given moment.
I love
Your
it.
circumstances change.
Yeah.
So just to bear in note, you have to be open to change as well.
So I forgot what we were going. Next 3 to 5.
5 years.
Boom. Next 3 to 5. Being all the way real. I'm ready to have kids.
Okay. It's time, Gary. My child need to play date. So
Yeah. I'm ready. And it sounds crazy. I'm ready. I'm looking forward to being a father.
Okay.
Real talk. Some of my closest friends, they got their child and they, loving relationships, and it's just I'm moving that. So, but no, I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to just having a family. That's really what it is. I want a family. That's really what it is. But gotta put a ring on it.
Steps to it.
It's levels to it.
We'll get there. No, and then no rush. Kids will come.
Right. So, and that's on the personal level, on the business level. I'm definitely looking forward to having my own studio, such as this space right here. I wish y'all could, just see this setup. It got everything: lights, cameras, video, and audio. It got everything. So, and just looking forward to have my residence for my business, where clients can come to create content, book photo shoot, podcasts, all of this. So yeah, it's not a whole lot. It's just the actions, getting there. It's a lot. So
honestly, that's the hardest part. Mapping out those actions. You're actually taking actions. This is foot forward.
yeah,
You're actually mapping out the actions, that roadmap, and for you to follow, that's the hardest part.
for sure. How about yourself? You see anything for yourself in the next 3 to 5?
I would say 3 to 5 years, I'm going to start building a real estate portfolio. There's different investment properties. I haven't actually decided what type of investments I would like to do, but I'm now in the process of weeding out some options seeing different finance options, just going over an overview of how long it'll take me to reach those goals.
Oh, that's nice. I love it. Key.
It's
Nice.
just growing, that's all.
Yeah, I love it. Key. I want to give you your flowers before we check out. You feel me? What I want to say, I really love and admire and just everything about you. Just seeing the woman you are today. We've known each other from like a super young age, and you essentially, in my opinion, like you've always been like the same person. You see what I'm saying? And I know we all have highs, lows, and stuff like that. In my opinion, I think you do an excellent job at maintaining and like weathering the storm. That's like one of my favorite sayings. And well, that's a question we missed before we shut off. But how you maintain it? Feel me? Let me ask that. How do you maintain it?
For sure, now having a child, myself is with trial and error, if I'm being honest. Well, work, of course, when I didn't have a kid, those things no longer work because I have an extra responsibility. Responsibility and honesty is most important, my biggest priority. So just more so going through trial and error, setting that schedule, getting organized.
Yeah.
Because just as much as I want to care for baby, I want to care for myself as well and not lose sight of my goals, my vision, and sight of who I am as a person. So just adapting to being a mom. Baby will be, my son will be 3 in January. So we went through a lot of trials and errors and just, finding what works and actually stick to that. Now, honestly, any word that's sticking to me right now, routine. I got my hands in a lot of pots. So in order to keep things abreast, keep that flow, keep that peace to routine.
Oh, that's nice. How I maintain. I give myself grace and understand that I'm juggling a lot. You know, we're all juggling a lot. You know, let's just think about the everyday person. All right, you got your romantic partner. Both got maybe kids. You feel me? You got your job. All right, we already living in a climate where everything is like inflated. So now you may got 2 jobs and your side job, or you might be in entrepreneurship. So that's like I just named 5 things already. We haven't even talked about bills. so
The bills gonna keep coming too. That's one thing that don't stop.
And then we're not. You gotta add, your social life, maintaining like your friendships and connecting with other people, being open to the people, and then it's a lot. So you gotta give yourself grace. You can't be too hard on yourself, and just know like you want to limit mistakes as much as possible, as much as possible. But just know it's liable to happen. It can happen, and when it do happen, weather the storm.
Pivot. You gotta be very pivot.
Pivot.
And then just a notion to what you said as well as giving yourself grace. I'll be honest. When I very first got my real estate, very first graduated from college, I did not give myself grace. That was also the same year that my fiance proposed. We became engaged, and I found out I was pregnant. So grace was out the window. I was just so hard on myself. And that's only because there are circumstances.
Yes.
Like when you envision your life, of course, out of college, this is what I'm going to do as soon as I get my, what should I say, not diploma, my degree.
Yes, your degree.
This is how life is going to be, but when life started coming at you, you got to pick it. And what I know now is when those things come, you cannot allow your circumstances to actually determine your outcome. So I'm going to be honest, like it took a lot for me to actually get out of that space and just adapt into my new world. So now I give myself a lot more grace. Because you're only one person, and what really keeps me going is you got one life to live.
Yes.
So I don't want to get old and I look back like, what did I truly do in life?
Yeah. I love it. Again, Keith, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this amazing space right here. Again, we got the amazing Cambria Radiance. Y'all be sure you're looking for a home here in the Atlanta, Georgia, metro Atlanta area. This is who you want to talk to right here. She's going to get you in the right home, and she'll have everything laid out for you. You all be sure to tap in with her. All the details, information you need to contact with her is in the description. And keep on eating flowers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gary. It was so good to see you today, and I just thank you for letting me be a guest today.
Yeah.
In and out of traffic today.
It's the season finale. Again, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll be back.